There's several different spellings for E. I'm going to put them in the chat. You can use just a single E, like I just said. You can use an EE, like eel or feet. You can use an EA, like eat or feature. You can use an EI or an IE even sometimes. And I am going to help you know when to use each one. Today we're going to learn when to use the EE. Okay, so the rule is you always try a single vowel first. So for the E sound, you're always going to try an E first, just one. And if it works, stop, you're done. And you'll know it works if there's another vowel in the next one or two spots. If there's not, you have to add one. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to add that EE. Now, EE usually comes in the beginning and middle of short words or at the end of words. All right, let me share my screen. There we go. So our first word that we're going to do together is ish. Ish. Let's separate the sounds. E, sh. Now, for, consonants. Let's spell our consonants first. So this consonant sound is an SH, right? So for our vowel sound E, what do we do first? We always try a single letter first. If it works, stop, you're done. But can this E say E here? It cannot. Because in order for a vowel to say its name, like E, to say E, it has to have another vowel in the next one or two spots. If there's not one, make one. That is why we're going to put an EE here. EE is the most common spelling for the E sound when there's not already another vowel in the next one or two spots. Then you're going to put another E right next to it. Now it has a companion. Now it can say E. And this comes in the beginning, middle, or end, usually of short words though. One syllable. Okay, your word is eeth. Now for that last sound, my tongue is going between my teeth and I'm blowing. So you try this one on your own. Eeth. And then put the spelling in the chat for me, or in the Q&A. Eeth. Good, Gwen. Nice, Kason. Eeth. That one might have been autocorrect, I'm thinking. Yeah. I knew it, Connor. I knew that one was autocorrect and you fixed it. Okay, very good, you guys. So yeah, we have that TH consonant sound at the end. And then for the E sound at the beginning, we can't just use a single E because that would say F right there. If that doesn't have another vowel one or two doors down, it can't say E, it has to say eh. And I don't want F, I want eeth. I want it to say its name, so we have to add another vowel. Now it can say E. There's eeth. Well done. Good. Okay, next word is streep. Streep. S-t-r-e-p. Consonants. S-t-r-e-p. Vowels. So I'm going to start with just a regular E, but I want it to say E, so it must have another vowel in the next one or two spots. If there's not one, make one. And this is the most common way to do that. You're hardly ever going to see an E consonant final silent E. Like, sometimes a word, that silent E is going to be your choice at the end to make the vowel say its name, like bake or vote or hike. That silent E can be added, right, to be the next vowel in the next one or two spots to make that say its name, but it is hardly ever going to happen with E. It's not going to make its own self say its name, only in like a couple of names like Pete and Steve. Instead, you're going to use that EE. That's going to be your choice, okay? Yeah, good, Emily. Okay, your word is spleen. Spleen. Sp-o-e-m. Go ahead. Now my mouth is closed at the end, so my lips are touching. Spleem. Good. Nice. Yeah. Good, good. Welcome back. I know it keeps auto-correcting. I knew it when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I think he knows that. Okay. So consonants, we have s, p, o, e, m. For the E sound, I can't use just a regular old E because what would that say? So what would that word say? Splem, and I don't want splem, I want spleem. So this E has to have another vowel, one or two doors away. Our best choice is to put another E right here. So this EE grapheme is going to be our best option for spelling the E sound in that word. Okay, good. All right. Good, Ellie and Dean. Okay, number 3. We're going to step it up a little bit because you guys are so good. I brag about you to everybody. I'm like, you guys should see how smart my kids' class is. They are pretty brilliant. I have to like really challenge them. Okay, your word, or our word together is eleplem. Here we go. Here's a good one, fun one. E, O, E, P, O, E, M. Consonants. E, O, E, P, O, E, M. Okay, vowels. Eleplem. So I'm going to start with just a single E right here, right? Can I use that? Do I need to add anything else? Do I have to put that double E right here? No, because there's already a vowel in the next one or two spots. So stop, I'm done. For this E sound, I'm going to start with an E. Can that E say E right there? It cannot, because there's not a vowel one or two doors away, so I must add one. Now it can. So this one was just a single E because there was a vowel one or two spots away, so I didn't have to do anything else. This one did not have a vowel in the next one or two spots, so I had to add one. Now this E can say E. And then for the S sound, E is going to be our first choice to spell the S sound. And it can say E right there because there's not a vowel one or two doors away. All right. Nice, Amber. Well done. Okay, your word. Ed slep. There you go. There's a fun one. Ed slep. Let's separate the sounds first to make sure we get off on the right start. Ed slep. E d e s o e p. Go ahead. Ed slep. No T at the end, just a P. Ed slep. Brilliant. There you go. Right on. That's awesome. Ed slep. Ed slep. When you have it, drop it in the chat or in the Q&A. Ed slep. You're like, I don't know if I want to put my answer on this one. It's a little bit of a challenge. There you go, Gwen. Nice. Yes. And it ends with a P. It ends with a P. I'm just going to tell you. We want to put a T at the end, don't we, because of the word slept? But this is just slep. Slep. There you go, Elias. Good. Yeah, I figured. Okay, ed slep. Now you might think that it would be spelled like this. Like if you weren't in this class, if you were just a random kid who didn't know these rules, you might think that it would be spelled this way. E-D slep. E-D slep, right? But not you. You are learning that E, the sound, has to have another vowel one or two doors away. So let's figure it out. Consonants first. E, D, E, S, O, E, P. Vowels. E. I'm going to start with a regular E. Can it say E here? Yes, because there's a vowel in the next one or two spots right there. I want this sound to also say E, but can a single E say E here? No, because the next two letters are consonants. I must have a vowel one or two doors away. If there's not one, make one. For the S sound, I can use an E right here just fine, and it will say eh, no problem in that spot. Nice. Good. That was close. Like, what would this word say if I put another E right here? Then it would say E-D, sleep. Sleep, because two E's say E. But if I wanted just the eh sound, then that guy can't have another vowel next to it or two doors away. It has to be all by itself in order for it to say its short sound, eh. E-D, sleep. All right. Our next word is epime. Epime. Let's do this one together. We have e, m. Consonants. E, m. Vowels. Now, I want this to say Can it say here? No, it cannot, can it? Because there's a vowel one or two doors away. That would make it say E. I don't want it to say E. I want it to say So in order for it to make its short sound, it has to have two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Now there's not a vowel in the next one or two spots. Now it can say its short sound and say ep, and I want this to say E. So can I use just a regular old E right here to say E? No, because it has to have another vowel one or two doors away, and the best choice is to have an EE right there. EE together. Now we can say, now it will say epime. Epime. All right, your word is edif. Edif. Now that last sound, because it's hard to tell in the mic sometimes if it's an F or a TH, that last sound is an F. I'm just going to give that one to you. So our sounds are D, E, F, and this is an F. Go ahead, put it in the chat when you're done. Edif. Edif. Nice, because you're so smart. There we go. Very good. Edif. Oh, so close, so close. I love the 2Ds. I love the two. Oh, I just gave you a big old hint, didn't I? Edif. Okay, consonants. We have D, E, F. Now, I want the sound right here. I'm going to start with an E, but that can't say in that spot because of that vowel right there. Has to have two consonants after it. If there's not two, make two. Now this E can say For the E sound, I'm going to start with just a regular E, but can that say E there? Nope, it needs another vowel one or two doors away. If there's not one, make one. Now we have edif. Edif. Now, if you didn't quite get that correct on your own, don't worry. As long as you got it when I explained it, you're good. That means your brain is getting it. If you can see why this E says because of those two consonants, why this says E, because there's another vowel right after it, then you're getting it, and you'll get it on your own pretty soon. Don't you worry. All right, do you want an easy one, a medium one, or a hard one next? Let me know. E, M, or H? Oh my goodness, we're getting all of the answers. Let's start with easy. Let's start with easy. Easier. None of these are really easy, right? Because they're brand new. You've never seen these words before in your entire life. I'm asking you to spell a word that you have never spelled in your life. It's brand new. That is not easy, except when you know how. Then it gets easier. right? Because you're like, okay, you're smart, but okay, well, that needs two E's, or so you can do it. You can do it. So our next word is that I want you to do on your own is peesh. Peesh. P-E-sh. Peesh. Nice. Good. Yeah. Okay. Nice, Evan. Very good, Emily. Peesh. So our consonants are p and sh. And then for the EE sound, we're going to use EE. I mean, for the E sound, we're going to use EE, right? There we go. Good. See? Even though you've never seen that word before in your life, you still got it. And if you didn't get it perfect, you got it so close. You got it so close. You're getting it. You're getting it. All right, let's do a medium one. Streed. 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 Good. Good. Okay. Nice. See how good of a speller you are? You didn't think you were this good of a speller, did you? Streed. Now make sure that your lines look like mine and only this one is a vowel. Okay. So our consonants are s, t, e, d. St, This is going to be a hard part. This is why this word was a medium. It's not easy. Even though it's short, it's not easy because of these. This is called a three-letter consonant blend. And it's hard to hear each one of those sounds. So if you got those three letters right there, then that is really, really good. If you missed them, then that's because it was really, really hard. Okay? And then for the E sound, we're going to use the EE. We're going to use the EE right there. Okay. Now our last one, I want it to be hard, but here's the thing. Pay attention. Listen up. Are you listening? If you don't feel like doing a hard one, I want you to put your pencil down. You don't have to do it. Just watch. If you don't feel like doing this hard one, put your pencil down and just watch. Okay, you have my permission. All right, the hard one is chi-me-plep. Chi-me-plep. Ch, e, m, e, p, o, e, p. Chi-me-plep. 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 Only if you want to try it. If you don't, just watch. Chi-me-plep. Nice. That must feel so good to get such a hard word. Wow. Emily, I love your emojis. Okay, so for our consonants, we have ch, e, m, e, p, o, e, p, right? Ch, e, m, e, p, o, e, p. Okay, for the E sound, I'm going to start with an E. Can it say E here, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, it can, because there's another vowel one or two doors away, right there. So we don't have to add another E, because there's already one in the next one or two spots. So if a single vowel will work, if a single letter will work, stop, you're done. And it works if there's already a vowel in the next one or two spots. And if you dot them, then you know that. For the S sound, we're going to start with an E. Can it say there? Sure can, because those are two consonants after it, right? So it can say right here just fine. And same with this E, it can say right here just fine too, because there's not a vowel one or two doors away. Chi, Me, plep. Now let me just look at the chat here. Oh, yeah, so close though. Only one letter off. Only one. No, you are the kind one. If you tell somebody that they're kind, that just means you're kind. Well, thank you. Okay. Yeah, if you got one letter off, you were so close. And raise your hand or put a me in the Q&A if you were just like, I don't think I really want to try this one. If you were a watcher. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. That's good to know. It's nice to have that choice, isn't it? It's nice for a teacher to say, if you don't want to do this one, don't do this one, because I want you to be successful. I want to set you up for success. And you know what that looks like. And you are most able to be successful when you're peaceful and when you're calm and when you're feeling happy. And if you're scared or confused, then that's the time to just kind of sit back and wait and watch until you feel better, until you feel like, okay, I think I got this. Then you pick your pencil back up, because we have to be in a happy, peaceful place in order for that learning to really sink in. Okay? Who's amazing? You are. Have a great night, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.